How you doing, guys? This is BG Dino, the Terradome Soldier. Welcome to my movie review and show. Today's movie is going to be a classic. It's called Slaughter High. This is in the holiday spirit of the month of April. April Fool's Day. I'll give an explanation of why I chose this one particular movie over any other movie that you heard called April Fool's Day. Let's watch this trailer and let's get into this. Let's have fun, guys. Good seeing you guys. Let's go. I hope you like the new outfit. Let's go.
Marty Ranson was the dork of Doddsville High.
You get undressed in there.
His classmates laughed at him.
Are you ready?
Here's Marty.
Where's the bee?
They tormented him.
Where's the bee?
And then they went too far. Now, 5 years later, Marty's throwing a little party.
Lights on.
A class reunion.
Come on, you guys. Let's party.
They say he still roams the nut house, ever hopeful of that chance to escape, so he can take his evil revenge out on us all.
And he's making sure everyone has the time of their life.
I feel sick.
Spear for rekindling old flames. And a nice place to just hang around. Marty hasn't forgotten a thing. He's giving them a blast from the past they'll never forget. Marty Ranson is still a dork, but tonight he's getting even. Vestron Pictures presents Slaughter High.
And now for our feature presentation.
Well, you guys seen the trailer. That's the grimy, crazy 80s. You know, back in the 80s, no holds bars. Anyway, I mean, there are 4 basic April movies that came out. There's one called April Fool's Day that was made in 1986. I'm going to get back to that one. There's one that made in 2007 called April Fools. And there's one in 2008 called April Fool's Day again. I guess that's the remake from 1986. And then it's also Slaughter High, which is this movie. See, this movie is called Slaughter High because just so happened when they created the movie, it was supposed to be called April Fool's Day also, but because of the other movie that was called April Fool's Day in 1986, they had to change the name. Now, there is some countries that still have this same particular movie with the actual name.
Say what?
April Fool's Day. So you might be in your local thrift store one day, or you know, one of them little flea markets or something, and you might see this particular movie, and it might say April Fool's Day on it. So don't get startled if you happen to see it, because it is floating around that this particular movie is still named April Fool's Day. But for the sake of this video, it's called Slaughter High. A lot of 80s movies, you know, they gotta keep like pushing something down your throat. Okay, that's how I said. Like I said, this movie was once called April Fool's Day. So at the very beginning, like you see on the trailer, how the girl is leading him into the locker room so they can set him up to make fun. But just before that happened, they showed a calendar on the wall that said March the 31st, and then somebody threw an X through it, and then they said April the 1st. And then something in the background was like, April Fool's Day. Okay, we get it. We get it. We get it's April Fool's Day. I mean, they had to keep going over the top with it. So like I said, at the very, on the trailer, you see that they made a prank on him. Then you gotta remember, this back in the 80s. The video cameras, they didn't have no little small cell phones to try to record and make a joke with somebody. To make a joke with somebody, it takes like days and months to prepare that because they got a big giant video camera. All right, we gotta catch them in the bathroom at the right time. One person got to hold a big old camera on their shoulder like this, and the other person, he holding the light so you can see it.
You must be out of your goddamn mind.
You know, of course it's over the top. Most 80 movies are over the top, but I will say, it had a high kill count. You know, you see in the trailer showed most of the great kills. You see the one with the little blade spinning. Some kind of way they get somebody to get under a lawnmower in a distress situation to try to call themselves fixing it, Mr. Fix-It.
Piss off.
And of course, you see in the trailer, they lowered it on him. Okay, yeah, that was a good kill. From the 80s, like I said, in the 80s is grimy. There's no telling what you'll see in the 80s movie. But I will say, this movie has a lot of silly antics and stuff like that. You know, it's the basic story of a group of teenagers. They bully one guy. You know, they make a mistake. Now this movie right here, like I said, it keep always over pushing something. So this guy, okay, he's supposed to be a nerd. So I guess all nerds play with chemicals and chemistry stuff. Now,
I ain't got a good brain.
the entire school, which you only see about 10 kids through the entire school. And this is supposed to be an active school day. The trailer, but you see them chasing them in the bathroom. This is an active school day. This is not like after school. This is not like at no practice. This is actually an active school day. The kids got enough time to go set up a little joke thing to get him going to the bathroom and do all that right there. It's crazy. Never mind all that. You know, who got time to try to make sense out of something? It's a horror movie from the 80s, whatever. Anyway, how the accident happened, you know, Marty, which is the kid that's getting bullied on and getting teased and joked, you know, they gave him some marijuana. I don't know if I can say that. No. Let me delete that. So while he's in the room playing with chemistry type stuff, the other kids, they are inside the gym because they actually got caught when they teased them in the bathroom. And the gym teacher came and said, hey, you guys don't do that anymore. I got something for you guys. I'm going to make you do push-ups. While they in there doing push-ups, whatever, they got two of the guys that was actually with them. They actually got outside the gym, and they went in there to bother Marty. They had put something in they gave him a cigarette or something, and he smoked and got sick. So he ran to the bathroom, you know, get him something together. While he was in the bathroom, somebody went inside the chemistry room he was in and put something inside one of his chemicals. You know, I guess all nerds back in the 80s had some kind of chemical boiling. So anyway, they pulled something there. So by the time Marty came in there, they kept showing this real weak wooden shelf. And all the way at the top of the shelf, guess what's up there? A bottle of acid.
That's it.
Pure acid in a glass bottle on the top shelf on a weak cabinet. Just happened to be right next to his chemicals. Like I said, this is the 80s. The 80s ain't had no time for no storylines. They just want to get straight to the point. That's okay, though. That's okay. We gonna do it too. Marty, he comes back into his little chemical lab and his little pot that they put something in it and starting to boil over. So he's getting concerned. He's catching fire a little bit. Not no big fire, just a little fire. So he's panicking, trying to turn everything off. And while he's doing it, of course, what's happening? He's shaking the daggone wooden cabinet. And here comes the bottle of acid. You seen it in the trailer. Something fall off and splash on him. So the bottle of acid falls down, splash on him.
Who are you, boy? You too stupid.
He gets burnt up. And everybody go run to the room. The room's on fire. He survives. You know, he's burning up. And all the kids that was there, you know, they all took a pact that we ain't had nothing to do with it. It was just a chemical mistake that he did. You know, it was pretty sad, really. And as he was getting dragged down the hall by the ambulance, he lifted his head up. You see half his face burnt. You know, and he grabs one of the kids. And that was like scary. Like, okay, this is what's going to happen. Now, you say this plot a million times in the 80s, but it always worked. You know, like I said, in the 80s, who got time to make something make sense? You just got to get to the point, give them a reason why, and then let them do it. That's how the 80s is. It ain't got to have all these little smart details. All they do is, all right, we got a reason now, let them go. And that's how these movies are. And that's how this movie is. The movie then jumps 5 years later. You know, everybody's grown now. Everybody got their little career, whatever they plotting to do for the rest of their life. One lady, the one who lured them into the bathroom, she's like a superstar / whatever. And all of them, so for some reason, everybody's starting to get these little letters. Because you got to remember, that's before cell phones, that's before texting, and that's even before faxes. So they had to get snail mail letters to their house or just turn around and just happen to be a note there. Whatever. It's the 80s. That's gonna be my excuse for anything that's corny. This is the 80s. So anyway, she finds a letter. All the rest of them find a letter to say we're gonna have a family reunion. I'm sorry, not family reunion. I'm sorry, student reunion at this particular school. Now keep in mind, this school has been shut down ever since that incident happened. So we're talking about a abandoned high school that everybody received a letter to meet up at, and nobody found it suspicious. Oh, carry on. Let's go. It's the 80s. That's the excuse. Let's go. So as everyone arrived there one by one, they're sitting outside the school and they're waiting for more students to come. Yeah, right. We waiting too because we never even seen no more students at this school. Who y'all think y'all fooling? Y'all the only 10 kids that went to this school. Anyway, that was funny. Sit outside the school. And we talk about like 10 or 11 of these kids. Well, they ain't kids anymore. They grown people now. They're sitting outside the school with their own vehicles, just waiting for somebody to come and unlock the door so they can have a party. Now, keep in mind, this is hours ago now. It's nighttime outside now. And they still sitting outside a creepy old abandoned school, waiting for someone to come and let them in. So two of the guys get a bright idea. Let's go around the back and open it up. And while they was going around the back to open it up, it began to rain outside. So everybody else, the other 9 people, they said, oh, let's just go over to the building anyway and see if it's open. Now my thing is, did anyone ever check to see if the door was open the first beginning before somebody decided to go around back? It's the 80s. Let's go. So they go to the door's open, they go inside, go creep around. You know, of course it's creepy because it's an old abandoned high school. They've been abandoned for 5 years. So oh no, here comes a jump scare. Whoa, big ugly thing. Of course, it was the 2 guys that went around back to play the prank on them. They said, ooh, April Fool's Day, because this is April Fool's Day. That's the day it happened on. And just so happened, April Fool's Day happened to be the guy Marty's birthday. So nobody finds nothing suspicious that you got invited to a class reunion at an abandoned high school. You sat out there all day for whatever reason. So they go inside. When they get inside, each and every one of these students, ex-students, grown people now, they go inside and there's like several lockers, and each of them are actually the lockers they had when they was in high school, and they had their name on it, and nobody found that suspicious. The lockers that don't even belong inside this one particular area. So each one of them open up their locker, they find something that was missing maybe about 4 or 5 years ago, and they say, oh man, these are Snickers I had 5 years ago that I couldn't find. This is my watch I had 3 years ago I couldn't find. So obviously whoever it was been collecting things from these guys for the last 5 years, and they put them in this locker. And then you see one particular locker just sitting by itself. It's the guy Marty, the guy that they was actually bullying. You know, his locker sitting there. They opened up the locker, got a picture of him and a big giant disgusting rat inside. But nobody finds this suspicious. Nobody say, oh, let me get out of here. Well, first beginning, why you even come in there? But it's the 80s. I'm going to use that as an excuse. That's cool, it's cool. But that wasn't enough to turn nobody away from going to this big, great party where you only see the people that had something to do with his death just happen to be there. So, you know, like I said, they didn't get freaked out by that. So they continued on down the hallway. They went into this one room. Now this room was set up, had beer, candy, cake, food, all these things, a big spread all over the table. Nobody thought nothing suspicious about this.
Hell no!
So one guy, he goes over there, he grabs a beer, and he's drinking it, you're talking. All of a sudden, you get a scene that was like from the Aliens, where that thing bust out his stomach start hurting. You see it in the trailer. Some green stuff busts out. Of course, the beer, the liquor, all the food was spiked. Then all of a sudden, somebody get the bright idea. Let's get out of here. They go to get out, you know, they can't get out because the doors are locked now. Typical horror movie. So he goes and pretty much he kills them one by one. And some great kills. Like I said, the trailer showed some of the kills. You saw the kill where the man and the female was in the bed and electric. That was actually a funny scene. I'm not going to say the words, but y'all see it in the trailer. The trailer showed it, so I ain't got to say it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and look at the trailer I showed. And they'll show all these particular kills. But that was a funny kill. I mean, you haven't seen that in any movie. I haven't seen that in no other movie since this movie right here. I seen things close to it, but I've never seen that before. And that's actually a funny kill. you know. So like I said, it goes through the scenario. He pretty much take them out one by one. You know, each one they get killed is like off something that they supposed to be good at. Like for instance, the guy who got the lawnmower cut on him, he's supposed to be the guy who's good at fixing stuff, and also he's supposed to be the big strong jock, you know, that plays sports. So he knew. So their idea was when they finally did get out to school, a couple of people that did survive. Cause like I said, he was taking them out one by one, and we probably got maybe down to maybe the last 5. And they said, "Hey, isn't there a trailer inside the barn over there near the school? Maybe I can fix the trailer. If it's a trailer there, I'm sorry, not trailer, tractor. There's maybe a tractor inside of there, and we can escape with it." Great idea. How fast does a tractor go? I don't know, guys. You tell me. How fast can a tractor go? I think a tractor don't go but no more than maybe 20 miles per hour, maybe 30. I mean, I've never seen one go but so fast, so I may be wrong, but I'm going to take a wild guess and say it don't go no further, faster than 20 to 30 miles per hour. So anyway, they make it to this particular barn after they finally got out the school. The rest of them that survived, like I said, it was several kills that they showed in the trailer. You saw the guy get hung, and the one got executed, and he cut one of them head off or something like that, and the one stomach bust open. So, like I said, about 4 or 5 of them survived. So they get to this barn, and you talking about, like I said, this school has been closed for 5 years. So anything that's in there that belongs to the school is destroyed. It's rusted. So he go there and see a tractor, and the sucker is rusted. It's not working. And he said, "Oh, I can fix it. I can fix anything." Now you know it's an active killer out there. Instead of you having somebody watch your back, everybody just leave you while you sitting there under a tractor. You ain't got nothing else holding it up but a jack. Of course, you know what's great happening. One of the greatest kills. So he finally gets it. Don't ask me how. Finally gets the blade moving while he's under it. Under the damn tractor with the blade going. So how did the kill go? You saw it in the trailer. He knocked the jack over and the blade falls on. Ah! That was it. You know, so like I said, he took them out one by one. It gets down to the final girl. The girl who actually led him into the restroom at the very beginning. So you see him tracking. He has this particular mask that I'm wearing right now. He just had the hat on. I ain't have the hat, so excuse me.
Piss off!
It was a long, elaborate scene where the string girl, the final string girl, she gets chased down. He leads her all the way to where it began at, to the bathroom. You know, everybody, like I said, you revealed that it's Marty. He's wearing his mask, but he also took it off so you can see it, that his face was burnt on one side. And he catches her and he kills her. but hold on, this is not the end. So he killed all of them, including the final girl. Now, you think the movie's about to end. No. This wouldn't not be the 80s. It's not going to end. So while he's standing there, all of a sudden, he turns from the antagonist to the protagonist. Because everybody he killed is now like some kind of ghost or something coming at him. So he's running, and everybody coming like zombies. Green stuff coming out their mouth and their eyes and stuff coming at him, and he runs. Then all of a sudden he yells, "Ah!" Once they get him a corner, he wakes up and he's laying in a hospital bed. So this entire thing was nothing but a dream from the guy Marty.
Oh, the deception! The betrayal, man. You deceived me!
Who got, besides what actually happened to him 5 years ago, his whole revenge was nothing but a dream. So it was never no one that got killed. Now, I will say this. This movie right here was the better out these 3 right here.
You just fought?
They were just terrible. I mean, even though some of them are martyrs, they were just terrible. I mean, I couldn't even stomach myself to even do a review of those, because I had to watch them again. And I said, oh my God, I don't even know how I'm going to do that. I can't do it. Please, guys, don't make me do it. I don't want to do it. They are terrible. But this one right here is actually watchable. And I would say, I'll put this in a collection of, every time you want to watch a group of old horror movies and you don't know what to get, I will add this to that collection, you know. I'll put this right along with, it's not nowhere near, but I'm saying if you want to watch something that's just creepy and good, you know, I'm not even going to say it because I can't even put it in the category of Jason or Freddy or any of them. I can't even put it nowhere near them. I'll say maybe like a E-class movie, not A, B, C, D, E. Yeah, maybe E. Maybe E. If you want to watch something that's just corny and old and creepy, there you go. So anyway, once Marty woke up and he realized the whole thing was just a dream, he decided, that's actually a good idea. So he wakes up, they show the camera, cuts away, and as you know it, you see a doctor comes into the room to try to talk to Marty, and you see a nurse standing there, and the nurse turns around, it's actually Marty, and the nurse is laying in the bed dead. He killed the nurse and he killed the doctor, and then it cuts off. Now, it was going to be a sequel to this movie, but unfortunately, the guy who played as Marty, he died during the filming of this movie in a tragic, I think he died in a car accident, very tragically. So they really was going to make a sequel to this movie, but because of the fact that the way the guy Marty, he passed away during the middle of the film, and you know, he did a really standout good performance, you know, in his job. So if you ever watch it, you know, just have to respect that this guy who actually played this role, he actually passed away during the making of the film. So some parts where they showed a lot with the mask on, you probably like, why he didn't take the mask off yet? It's because they had someone else playing this role. With that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. This is my April Fool's month. I don't do April Fool's Day, April Fool's month, because the entire month of April is actually special to me. It's actually the month BG's birthday. But I always like the month of April, not just because of the fact it's my, well, the main reason because of the fact it's my birthday, but it's something special about April because when the weather starts to break, things start to get a little better, people start to seem a little more happy, you know, and plus, a lot of blockbusters are about to come out. This is what I do. We have a lot of great movies that's lined up to come out. You know the Michael Jackson movie's coming out, so you know that's going to be a real big one, guys, so stay tuned for that. And I believe we have the Mummy movie coming out, we have Spider-Man coming out, we have Avengers Doomsday coming out. We got a lot of movies coming out for the lineup of 2026. So 2026 got a big, pretty good lineup coming out, plus a lot of movies that's going to come out they haven't even showed the trailer to yet. So it's going to be a very exciting year, guys. And guys, I appreciate all you guys' support. I really do, guys. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys. Shout out to the entire Terradome family. Thank you guys for all y'all support. Thank you guys for all your support. I have fans all around the world. BG welcomes everybody. BG loves everybody, and I really appreciate everybody. So thank you guys. You know, hopefully BG can cause world peace someday, you know, because if everybody can watch movies and laugh and joke like that together, we can all get along together. So that's the way I'm looking at things. Thank you guys. It's BG Dino, the Terradome Soldier. Salute. Thank you guys. I love you guys. I really appreciate you guys. Guys, please be safe and please try to relax. Don't let so many things stress you out so much. Just watch BG. You stressed, in fact, you get stressed out, you turn on BG. BG will have you laughing and take all your stress away. This is what I'm here for. I'm trying to take your stress away. You know? Alright guys, this is BG Dino, the Terradome Soldier. Salute once again, and thank you. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys, and I hope you enjoy it. Later.